When you're moving that much real estate, how do you guys all manage the whole buying and sell dynamic of when you've got somebody that's trying to do that back-to-back where you're trying to list their house to sell it, but then you're going to prepare them to be homeless because they might not find their new house in time, and there's a good possibility that you might not get their new house lined up in time that's going to work with the timeline for the seller for the buyer that's going to buy their existing house. I mean, how do you prepare them and go through all that?
Yeah, it's a total juggling act, and this is where you're going to want to make sure that you've hired a professional, that you've hired a seasoned professional, somebody like Ann and Jess down there in Nashville, somebody that can keep these transactions together, because you got to think about it, Mike, right? There's two different parties involved with each transaction, one on the buy, one on the sell. Never mind when you're roping in multiple homes.
Yeah.
When people, right?
Yeah.
So I had one time where I had 5 homes in one transaction, okay? All contingent upon one another. Talk about a domino effect, right? And the first house in the whole transaction fell apart. So get this. So now you have all these realtors, 5 different transactions could be 10 different realtors, right? And you have all these realtors scurrying around. I was on the last transaction, and so we all worked together. And this is the beautiful thing about realtors. We cooperate. We work together to make it happen. We all work together. It ended up making it. We ended up making it happen for all those different families, which was phenomenal. But it's definitely a juggling act. Absolutely.
Absolutely. I think on the very beginning of any time you have what we call a domino transaction, where one sale is dependent on the other or affected by the other, the most important thing from the very beginning is to help your clients know what to expect.
Yep.
And then also to have a list of their expectations. Have them laid out so that all the communication is there. We always have a few surprises here and there.
There's always surprises.
They're never good ones either. But just to make sure that everyone is on the same page and that these are the expectations. And then, like you said, Emilio, just having a professional that's experienced, that knows the market, knows what to expect. And then to be able to say, look, we want to be able to meet every single one of these expectations and deliver them beautifully. However, we know that things happen.
Yep.
And here's what to expect if the appraisal doesn't come back or if the inspection flops. And just to be just full disclosure and have that fluid, open communication with your client.
My whole thing is this, and I'm sure, again, your market's the same. People are like, well, I want to wait to list my home until I buy. And then I say, well, isn't your purchase contingent upon your home selling? Yeah. Okay. Well, let's get it listed. We will sell your house, and when we do, when it's pending, we will make sure you're not homeless, and we will put subject to seller finding suitable housing. End of story. It's literally as easy as that, and then you find them a house, and then voila.